All right, 1.5 notes. Continuing on to the second situation. We'll go ahead and read it. Aaron buys gas at a self-service station for $2.75 per gallon. The gas station has a promotion going on that anyone who buys more than the 10 gallons of gas has to pay only $2.50 per gallon. Aaron's tank will hold a maximum of 13 gallons of gas. And we're going to go ahead and write a piecewise function to represent this situation. So a couple things playing itself out here. First, I labeled the variables. X is the amount of gallons, Y is the cost, which of course we know Y and f of x are interchangeable with each other. I do see two different scenarios playing itself out with the first scenario. Certainly, I think it's pretty common. It's going to be easier than the second or third or fourth scenarios after the fact. Different from the previous situation is that it looks like both scenarios have slope, rate of change words in them. I see the PER, the per, right there. So those are words that involve slope. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a try. The first piece, I'm seeing the 275x. It's 275x, of course, because of the word per being next to 275. We know that that carries itself all the way up to the fact that we are eventually going to have more than 10 gallons of gas for the 250. So that's going to carry me all the way up to 10. There's no such thing as negative amount of gas in the car. So I will go ahead and put in that we were going to carry this 275x all the way up to 10. Now, in this particular Algebra 2 class, generally speaking, you're either kind of close to driving or getting ready to drive, but I'm assuming that most of you have seen somebody pump gas before, and the rate doesn't change during the pumping of gas. And I say that because the second scenario gets a little hairy in terms of the wording. The way that I read it is that if you hit the mark 10, or past 10, so maybe like 10 and a quarter, 10 and a half, 11, 12, 13, with 13, of course, being the maximum amount here in terms of the amount of gas that fits into Aaron's tank. But the way that I'm reading this is that the 250 is in play the moment we go past 10 gallons. So with that being said, I think the second part is a little bit different than the second part in the previous example, the way that I'm reading it. And I say that because I think it's going to start off, again, we have to take it into account that it's going to hit past 10. So I have 250, and previously I had to consider the amount of text messages after 500, but here we know that I'm going to have to plug in numbers somewhere between 10 and 13, and I'm not allowed to include 10 in that situation, 13 being the top end here. So because the 250 has that slope or rate of change word, and I know that I'm not going to have an additional situation play itself out, I'm going to go ahead and just put the 250x right there. If I have 11, it would just be 250 times 11. If it was 12, I'd just do 250 times 12. If I was below 10, then I would multiply that to 2.75. So I do have my two pieces there. I'm happy with what that is.